welcome back to Elden Ring.
I see a tier scarab. No, he's just a recharge, I guess. I want a pit stop down here. Because there's more free rooms.
Like, all these graves.
All of which are essentially empty. Oh no, that one actually has one in it. Okay, they're not empty. I thought they were mostly empty.
So, like, maybe this has something to do with, like, some sort of reincarnation?
Maybe. Not sure. I mean, the way they talk and the way that that last NPC we were talking to talked, it seemed like there's some kind of reincarnation thing.
That may or may not be broken.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to quick run down to the Grace down here, because this is the one where Melania had something to say.
Okay.
That's not what I wanted to do, but okay.
I just love it when, like, you lock it up on those
Oh, it's fun.
geysers.
It's fun.
Spoken echoes linger here, words of Queen Marika, who vanished long ago. If you wish, I will share them with you. Very well. In Marika's own words, my lord, and thy warriors, I divest each of thee of thy grace. With thine eyes dimmed, ye will be driven from the lands between. Ye will wage war in a land afar, where ye will live and die. Well, perhaps that might serve you in lieu of a maiden's guidance.
So, here's what I get from that.
Yeah.
The whole thing about the Tarnished not having any grace, it sounds like it was the Queen's doing.
Okay.
And for some reason, without that, we can't be in this world, right?
Oh.
Now, where that sends us when we don't have it, I have no idea.
Okay.
But they said when we get the grace back, or at least this is my assumption, when we somehow get like the little bit of grace we have back, we return here. Whether that's after we die or what have you. So again, does that mean Elden Ring is linked with the others? Somehow like that?
Probably.
Probably not. They'll leave just enough gaps to make you be like, what is it?
Probably not, but very slight chance that it might be.
Alright, so there was also something on our way up. I'm not gonna actually fight this guy, but something that I think you'll find entertaining.
I mean, like, and going back to like all these games are connected. There's probably like little bits of evidence that say yes, kind of like the Pixar theory.
Yeah, probably. I think Pixar's a bit stronger than this, but yeah. So, you see that giant up there?
Yes.
The troll, I mean? He's gonna do something fun. Let's watch. Gotta go fast. Fucking Sonic the Hedgehog's his way down.
But he can't roll uphill.
Nope. All he can do is cry and roar at us. But he can't reach us.
Oh no, I rolled past you!
Damn it, I missed! He missed a spin dash. Alright, so there's an item I know about over here. Alright, let's go deal with the Mariner. Now, here's the thing. I know a bunch of skeletons are going to come up out of here. I don't know what the Mariner himself can do. Oh, he disappears. Great.
Oh!
Which means he's going to teleport around, isn't he? Yep. Oh, he's sounding the alarm. I don't like that.
Get him past! Gotta go faster!
Alright. Okay, alright.
Dirk!
Okay. Hello. Interesting. Luckily, he's stuck here.
He's stuck in a glitch.
Oh, he got out.
Oh. Now, if he summons henchmen,
I
could
don't
you
like that. He's dead now.
could you endlessly farm if you?
I don't think the skeletons were giving me anything. At least not the ones he was summoning. Deathroot, skeletal militia ashes. Okay. Alright, where'd that one come from?
Right beside you?
Yeah, but that was one of the skull bombs. And I don't see the mage skeleton that summons those. Maybe he died after I killed the Mariner, but that was still around.
Maybe.
Alright, equipment. Not equipment. Inventory. Let us see here. As remains, the spirit. There are the spirits of militiamen who live in death and will continue to rise again until properly finished off. This is the grotesque fate of those who come into contact with Deathroot. Which we just picked up. Great. Does that mean we're going to do this? Alright, is it in ingredients? No, it's not in here. I don't see Deathroot in here. Deathroot. What else would it be? It's not a key item. Oh wait, no it is. Here it is. I missed it. Source that gives rise to those who live in death. The beast clergyman found in bestial sanctum is in the distant east, collects and devours these roots. On the night of the dire plot... wait, hold on. On the night of the dire plot, the stolen rune of death enabled the first death of a demigod. Later, the rune of death spread across the lands between through the underground roots of the great tree, sprouting in the form of Deathroot. Okay, so a rune somehow was used to infect trees, and thus those infected trees create this Deathroot, I guess?
And that's what's killing everybody?
It seems like it's taking away immortality, is what I got out of that. Because if you're killing a demigod, I assume that god is immortal. The demigod.
Oh. Okay.
Or at least it has some form of immortality. So the Deathroot, in my assumption, based on some little bits of lore that I know of this stuff, I'm going to assume that's the cause of demigods and other gods dying.
Ah.
Alright, so Marino was a lot easier than I was expecting. Little surprising with what he was doing, but otherwise not that hard. Now I know. Oh yeah, there's some friends. Alright, you two are dead. So, the other thing I know that are in these ruins... besides that...
Okay.
that I think we should check out, because I don't know what's in it, but I'm curious. Is somewhere right around here, I think? Is it closer to the center?
Maybe.
There it is.
Okay, okay. It looks
I don't know
evil
why they call these things dogs, but I keep finding messages whenever I find a turtle that calls them dogs.
Huh. It looks very evil and mysterious.
Well, this is the imps. We could use one of the swordstone keys in there. It should open up that fog gate.
Sure.
I have no idea what's in there.
Mmm. Okay.
Try defeating one by one. Group ahead. He's got a gargoyle head for a helmet. Where do I get one of those? Bunch of turtles. Seen it? Oh, there's too many. Didn't expect to pack. Dog ahead. Bold, strong foe. There be dog. How far appears Leonardo? How far appears Donatello? You kill all of them, a rat shows up somewhere. Invaded by Dark Spirit, April. And Dark Spirit, Casey.
Casey Jones.
Yeah, Dark Spirit K. Jones.
So, can't those turtles really fight back?
I mean, like any other animal, they can't. They could climb into their shells, and it makes it harder to kill them and take longer.
Mm.
First off, well done. Time for Samurai. Dog.
Huh.
Green Turtle Talisman. Okay, what is this?
Become a ninja?
Ooh, recovery speed up. Alright, stamina recovery speed. I like this. Turtles are known as a nutritious ingredient symbolic of inexhaustible power. However, those who hold the turtle to be wise creatures consider the practice of eating their meat to be barbaric. Or barbarous.
Huh.
Well, I am definitely equipping that, and I'll keep this.
Oh, your speed just dropped by 90%.
You grow a shell on your back.
That would be interesting if they had, like, a pretty big debuff to go along with all the buffs you get from the item.
Well, actually, now that I said something about the shell, that pumpkin head dude that was back on the bridge,
Yeah?
apparently hitting that helmet is like hitting a fucking 100% reduction shield. It is not gonna budge.
Oh.
Alright, here's our second invader. Also, here's your lack of delicious, like, beautiful foliage around here.
Yeah?
Anastasia.
That weapon looks so cool.
Oh, I'm heavy. That turtle put me overweight.
Oh.
Well, alright, that hurt. Woo!
That, like, I can't get over how awesome that sword looks. Drink, drink.
I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm just hoping I can kill her before she kills me. Woo!
Ooh.
There we go. It took me a few times to kill her with my other character. The fact that I have this big old stick is helping me. Sacred Scorpion Charm.
Like, that just reminded me of a bleach sword.
It kind of does, actually, now that you say that. It reminds me of Ichigo's first level sword. Alright, I'm going to take those off. I've still got a heavy load. What can I guess I could drop the shield? Use the same weight, though. Well, I'm not using the shield really, so I can take that off. And I'll put on this so I have it at hand when I need it.
And have you seen all the Bleach anime?
All of it up until it ended, yeah. Oh. Well, I lie. Lord Godfrey, at last, at the end of his campaign, his golden army is unvanquished and unbowed, yet finds grace lost, tattered and faded. I've seen most of it. I think during the last bit of the previous arc, I stopped, and I was just reading the manga at that point.
Okay, I think was it the Bounce that had like the half masks on their face?
They're not Bounce. I'm blanking on what they're called though.
Okay, because I stopped halfway through their arc because I think Bleach switched time slots then.
Well, Bleach is also really bad at like getting too far ahead, putting in a shit ton of filler. Granted, quality of filler was good. It was just shittily placed.
Yeah.
Putting in a bunch of filler and then picking back up like 3 arcs back or restarting completely.
Yeah, or it's like you're stopping in the middle of an arc for filler, and then it's like, oh, we'll be back, and then it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, no, that's what it is. The fact that that's what they did is the worst part of it. All right, now we got 2 tunnels to check out.
So they like retconned some of the things that happened. It's like, oh, this battle, and then they escaped. And then it's like, oh.
I mean, the one interesting bit that they would do was like some of the characters would actually stick around beyond the filler. Even though they were fucking useless, they were still cool to see around.
Yeah. So did Ichigo ever get like a upgrade to his Bankai?
Technically, I think when they finally faced Aizen, he gets a final attack. But by using it, he loses his Soul Reaper powers.
Oh.
And then we go into an arc where it's, now we gotta get him back!
Of course!
Except it's like a weird offshoot version of it. Like, it almost feels like a discount version, really.
Oh.
And then after that arc, it turns out, hey, he actually did get him back by some other means.
Huh.
Like, without spoiling it, because I don't know if you ever want to go back to it anyway. Like, I could get into more detail if you want.
I mean, it's been so long, I can, like, read it.
Fucking dragonflies. Yeah. I mean, do you care, or no?
Not really.
So apparently, there was a previous Soul Reaper before Ichigo that was, helping them out. You know. And, I forget what the reason was, but he lost his powers. And he wants to use Ichigo, and what little of his power is left, to, rekindle his own, and become a Soul Reaper again.
Oh.
So big guy goes down. I forget if Ichigo absorbs his power or something different happens exactly.
I do.
But sorry, I had to take care of something quick.
Sure.
But after that, Ichigo gets it back at the end of that arc, and then we go into the arc that sucks for a couple of reasons. Because one, it's the final arc. And 2, it's also the arc that feels like it was woefully cut short.
And then, like...
Because that's when they were like, hey, wrap it up, we're firing you, essentially, from Shonen Jump.
Oh! So, like, the final act... Oh, no, that's Inuyasha, the final act. The belief that just came back, what is that?
They're picking it up where they left off.
So, is that, like, anime exclusive, or...
supposed to be the conclusion, yeah. Now, what I'm hoping for is that they actually fill it out the way it was intended to be. Oh, motherfucker, my stick hit the wall.
So it's like expanded from where the end of the anime.
Yes, it's picking up where it should have with that final arc, I believe. Because I believe they got to the arc where Ichigo is trying to get his Soul Reaper powers back.
I mean, shit. I mean, the end of the manga. So they'll like be filling that out a little bit better.
That's what I'm hoping for. I have no conclusive evidence that that they're going to do that. I'm hoping that's the case. Like they finish it the way it was meant to be, and not the way that was rushed.
Because I do know it turns out that Ichigo's dad was a Soul Reaper.
I mean, that was something that you learned right around the end with Aizen during that fight. Because his dad's the one that teaches him the technique. Which, you know, shocker, it's called the Final Getsuga Tensho.
Of course!
Why? What else would it be? Gonna call it final because it's gotta be fancy and it's gotta mean something.
Yeah.
Dog, I don't want to deal with this crap. For a freaking room. I do like this. So I came down here with my other character, right?
Yeah.
And one of the note messages was, all this for dung. And I'm like, oh, I know what this is about. Okay. So now I've got to keep in mind in this game, anytime I see dung, I will be replacing it for the word shit. Is that what we're meant to do? Because that's like one of the lowest level, what was there was just like one of the lowest level runes. Like, I think it gives you 200 runes, and I think that's the lowest one possible.
Oh.
So I went through all this fighting these wolves for dung. Likely message. Visions of House.
It's not lupus.
Alright, which one is it? Is it this one? I think this is the one where it's just like... Yeah. Behold, light! But from where?
From Hugh Laurie's office?
Oh, no, this isn't the one. Goodbye and goodbye. Next here. So this cave section is going to open up into something really neat. However, getting there is most of the battle.
Oh, and did you hear that bit of backstory? Like, the origin of Hugh Laurie becoming House, and how the guy didn't know who Hugh Laurie was, and he was surprised Hugh Laurie was British when he heard him actually talk?
I don't even know who Hugh Laurie is. The fact that you're saying he's House makes me think, oh yeah, the doctor dude, I guess.
Yeah. Like, have you ever seen House?
My mom was obsessed with it for a while. I didn't care.
But
it was
Hugh
one
Laurie...
of those dramas where I'm just like, I really don't care about a drama usually. Not a live action one anyway.
Of course, but it was fun. It got campy at some points and very formulaic with like, oh no, person comes in, they're sick. Oh, here's what's wrong with you. Oh no, they're getting sicker.
I remember when hearing people talk about it, they said the same thing. It was basically like each episode is essentially the same. Oh man, something's wrong. No one can figure it out. Dr. House figures it out. Here's what we gotta do.
No, but it was usually some offhanded comment that one of the other main characters makes. He's like, wait a minute, that's it. Like, for example, hey House, you want some of these French fries? Wait a minute, French fries, that's it!
That sounds really dumb.
No, I'm just using like, French fries as just like
No,
some
but like, that's the
Yeah.
whole thing, right?
like. But then he relates to, let's just say, like French fries as being oily and like oily skin. This is a symptom that can cause oily skin.
I get
This is what
that. I still
yeah.
think it's a dumb way to do it. With that's almost always the answer. It's that kind of a formula. You know, that it's always, oh man, he said something. Okay, cool. That's gonna trigger my brain to think this, and it's gonna be like, oh, that's the answer.
Yeah, I guess. But Hugh Laurie was really good friends with Stephen Fry, and they were a British comedy duo. And
I'm
if
disappointed you didn't mean Phil J.
and I'm,
Hello,
yeah,
man.
I think Stephen Fry was one season on 24 as like the Prime Minister of England or the UK. So I'm like, that's kind of cool that they were both in dramas, even though they're known for comedy.
I mean, it just kind of means they're good actors in general, that they can
Yeah.
pull off that position.
Mhm.
You just drop. Yep, he's gonna drop down and die. Wins. A little disappointed. Every single one of these missed. What are you going for this? Well, you stupid bats. Oh yeah, by the way, this is what I was talking about. How it opens up into something real cool looking. With all these waterfalls down with a ruined, like, old temple or something.
Indoor waterfalls, amazing.
I mean, technically, I think this is an entire, like, underground lake that they built this in.
Ooh. That is so cool.
I've always loved that idea of, like, you find a cave and the whole thing's, like, covered in plant life and shit, right? Like,
Yeah.
an entire tree or whatever is growing in this underground cave. And you've got grass and forests and other things in here.
It's like there's no sunlight. How is this happening?
Right? But then it could be like, oh man, there is sunlight because it's refracting through crystals, like from the surface or something. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Or like, oh, this luminous moss or whatever that's here is giving off enough light to allow this stuff to grow. Change here.
So would luminous moss give off like UVA and UVB in small amounts?
So, you know, I don't know for sure, but it wouldn't be that hard of like a fantasy idea to push. It seems believable enough.
Yeah.
Oh look, it's a big guy.
Hello, big guy.
They like fire. They like fire.
Oh. I don't think he likes it.
Yeah, hey, it's better than getting close to him.
Yeah.
I shot him down with an arrow with the other pair. It was the only way I could deal with it. Was with the closed area.
Ooh.
Because he's so big, we're in such a small section, and he blasts around wild. I probably could deal with him, but I just don't want to let him out of open space. Head. Right. This one. Okay, no. Behind the waterfall, just like you like.
Yes. The best secrets are always behind waterfalls.
To the boss. This guy should go down fairly easy, especially if my other character was able to do it with
Yeah.
base weapons. Hey, look, it's another one of these guys.
Do you think it uses the same model?
It looks like it to me.
Yep, and it's falling down in quite the same way too.
Yeah. And he's just dead. One crit attack kills him.
Whoa.
So, inventory. Actually, it'll be easier to get it from here. So, Blue Dancer Charm. So, there was a ring like this in, I think, Souls 2 and 3. Cloth doll depicting a dancer garbed in blue, an ancient heirloom of some sort. Raises attack power with low equipment load. Dancer in blue represents a fairy, who in legend bestowed a flowing sword upon a blind swordsman. Blade in hand, the swordsman sealed away an ancient god, a god that was rot itself. So yeah, the less shit you wear, the more powerful you are. I'm not sure if the scaling on this is better than the ring in Souls 2 and 3, because if I recall right, at least in 3, it was garbage.
So if you go down to your underwear, you're like God tier strong?
I mean, that's kind of the idea, but I don't know if the numbers pan that idea out.
Ah.
Alright, final thing before we start moving into the castle again.
Okay.
The mini dungeon I know nothing about.
Ooh. Next time on Elden Ring.